Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And there's one tragic reality about South Africa, and that is that even though the post-1994 government might be incompetent, if they can corruptly make a buck out of anything, they will. And they seem to have an incredible capacity to do that. Let me give you another example. As land invaders accuse property owners of being racist, Gauteng MEC for Human Settlements, Lenasia Miley, said the widespread land invasions in Johannesburg South, and I've been talking about this now for a few days, are the works of syndicates in cahoots with officials and in some instances police officers. As I say, corruption all the way through. It's just crazy. Maley said, there are syndicates who are making money out of the desperation of our people. It is alleged that the syndicate has connections and is working with some government officials and in some instances police officers. It is a serious concern. Johannesburg South residents have vowed to go to war with land invaders if the government continues to allow land invaders to build shacks in the area. The threat comes on the back of a widespread protest last week in Zakaria Park, Lenasia, and Ennerdale. By Friday, the 19th of July, the protest has spread to other areas in the south of Johannesburg, including Protea South and Kliptown. More officers were deployed to the area on Friday morning as the protest spread. Many property owners said they had decided to take matters into their own hands because the government was not willing to address the issue of random land grabs in the area. The affected areas were on lockdown on Friday, with the main roads leading in and out of Lenasia blockaded with burning tyres and rubble. Traffic also built up on the Golden Highway as Eldorado Park and Zakaria Park residents voiced their unhappiness by blocking it. The Johannesburg Metro Police Department, or JMPD, denied suggestions on Saturday that the land grabbers and property owners were attacking one another. Johannesburg Metro Police spokesperson Wayne Minnaar said, a group of people went past houses to meet with the MEC for Human Settlements, Lenasia Miley. It was exaggerated that people were being attacked. The people were only passing to get to the MEC. One land grabber, Sabelo Mbuyisi, denied claims by property owners that land invaders were making illegal electricity connections and devaluing property. Mbuyisi said such claims were fueled by hatred and the R word, racism. Pull it out when you can't think of anything logical to talk about. Anyway, Mbuyisi said, we have not encroached on anyone's property. We are a distance away from their houses. We do not make illegal connections. We do not steal, and we're not responsible for damage to electricity infrastructure. They are racists who cannot bear to live side by side with black communities. We are going nowhere. They can send in Metro Police. We won't budge. Now, let's remember, this is an illegal squatter on private land. And I've seen photos of literally a farmhouse with a fence around it, with all their land just squatted on. And all the squatter camps come right up to the edge of the fence around what remains of their property, which is their house. They can't even get out because all the roads are now just taken over by these squatter camps. It is just crazy south of Johannesburg. It is just crazy. Maley promised residents all their challenges would be addressed, but stressed that this would require a concerted effort. It needs a multi-sectoral, multi-pronged approach, said Maley. Asked where the money would come from, Gauteng MEC for Infrastructure Development, Tsanim Motara, who accompanied Maley, said, it has to be included in our budgetary process and plans, and if it needs further engagement with National Treasury and national departments, we will facilitate that. But for the non-budgetary issues like the court orders, these will simply be enforced. Talk to the people in Hermanus about that. Court orders being enforced, you might get a surprise. I've had reports that despite the court orders there, these rioters still reign supreme, and they've just about destroyed the town of Hermanus and its business community. It's very, very, very sad, because the big losers are going to actually be the black population, because they won't have work. Isn't that ironic? It's called shooting yourself in the foot. Anyway, addressing residents on Saturday, Mail pleaded with them and the land invaders to retain calm while the city's Premier Office, the Department of Infrastructure, and the Department of Human Settlements devise a strategy. Good luck with that. It's like that famous old saying they use in South Africa, the turnaround plan. This is a turnaround from something that's gone completely cactus under the ANC, and now they're going to make it right again. And of course, they never do. It just gets worse and worse and worse. It's called a stalling tactic, and it's used by the government bureaucrats who just want to keep getting their pay. Anyway, let me get back on topic. The problems are complex. We cannot resolve them on our own. When we return, we will ask Premier David Makura to come along so he can assist in detailing a plan for addressing the land invasions. Many property owners said they were done with negotiating or seeking government intervention and would fight to preserve the value of their properties. Michael Lunat from Lenasia South said, "We will fight to preserve the value of our properties. We will go to war because the government is aware of the matter but still dragging its feet. We're tired of being bystanders in matters that directly affect us. We hoped the government would intervene, but now look at what is happening." Fatima Faranaz from Lenasia South said, "We've done talking. How do you talk to a government that doesn't listen? It's time we fought to defend our houses. It's time we fought to protect our electricity infrastructure, which is also under threat from these illegal land invaders. Even if I die, I'll die peacefully, knowing that it's within my rights to fight to protect what is mine." Steve Robinson, 57, from Annandale said, "We have been patient too long. We cannot go on like this. The shack develop..." Steve Robinson, 57, from Annandale said, "We have been patient for too long. We cannot go on like this any longer. The shacks devalue our properties. The shack-dwelling land invaders are also stealing our electricity. We can no longer cope with the constant power cuts because our transformers are blowing up because they are overloaded with illegal connections." Mail said, "A plan had been developed for the area but never implemented. He did not furnish reasons for the non-implementation plan. He said there were court orders in the hands of the municipality, provincial government and private landowners, and some of those court orders or eviction orders have not been executed." Just what I'm saying about what's happening in Hermanus. You can go to the court and you can have something passed by the court, but it doesn't happen. And the police look the other way because they're in on the take. It's just crazy. Mail said it was resolved that law enforcement working with the provincial government should ensure that no new land invasions occurred. What about the old ones? What about the other private land? Are you just going to let those people squat there? That is just ridiculous. He said they also had resolved that the municipality should be called in and had agreed to the establishment of a task team to deal with the issue. This is another kind of delaying tactic, Got a task team working on the background. All they do is drink coffee and talk crap the whole day long and get paid. That's what they do. Over the past 3 years, informal settlements such as Chavita, Fulomashati, and Majezana have sprung up on illegally occupied land in the south of Johannesburg. For one to fully understand the scale of the problem, one needs to look no further than the mushrooming informal settlements. Take, for example, Chavito, which is now home to 4,632 individual shack owners. There are obviously many more inhabitants than that, considering each household usually has more than one person. Some residents have made illegal connections on the lines, supplying trains with power, which could worsen the inadequate metro rail services. In February 2018, Johannesburg Mayoral Committee members for Public Safety, Michael Sun, told media the land grabbers seemed to be part of a syndicate. He was referring to shacks on illegally occupied land in Orange Farm. Some of the land invaders were defiant, asserting their rights to land. Chepe Mapali from Soweto said, "To hell with the property owners, they are living too comfortably, which they think gives them the right to dictate where we can or cannot stay. We're not going anywhere. They can call the Metro Police and the thieving Red Ants like they always do. That bunch used to be feared, but we no longer fear them." The land invaders told the paper that they will continue erecting their shacks in the area as they have nowhere else to go. Now, whose fault is all this? The ANC government. The incompetent ANC government. As I've always said, BEE and Triple B, Double E have destroyed South Africa. Incompetent people, corrupt people, being put in positions where they don't know what the heck they're doing. And that's what's going wrong in that country. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for updates, and have a great day.